Awesome. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's quiz. I hope you all had a lovely bank holiday weekend. And so, I know we're slightly later in the week than usual. So apologies for that, but I thought it would be better than cancelling it completely. So I know I've already had to do that once. So yeah, I hope you all are having a lovely week so far. I hope you all enjoyed the long weekend. So quiz this week is same format as always. So I've gone live about 10 minutes before we're going to start, just to give people time to join. So in the meantime, take this time to grab yourself a drink, go to the loo, have a smoke, do whatever you want to do. And also make sure to check out the picture round. So the picture round this week is geography based. So I've given you all the outlines of different countries. You simply have to work out what country it is. So simple in theory. Some are trickier than others. Yeah, so we'll be going live, or we'll be starting the quiz at 8:05. So in about 7 or 8 minutes. As I say, it just gives people a little bit more time to join us. In the meantime, hi Reggie, the only one who said hello to me so far. I hope you had a lovely bank holiday weekend, and I hope everyone did. And yeah, I'll be starting shortly. One of those things, I always feel like I need to just fill up the silence. If anyone has any ideas of things I can do to fill up the silence rather than just rambling on, always open to suggestions. But yes, I hope you're all keeping well. I'm not singing. It's one thing I'm not doing. I know multiple people will most likely suggest it, but I'm not singing. For now, and I'm also not going to tell you a joke. I don't know why I asked for suggestions, because I feel like I don't want to do any of the suggestions. I'm not going to say, I'm not going to tell jokes. It is just going to be me rambling about my life. As always. But, oh well. Yes, we'll wait for some more people to join us. Yes, if you have just arrived, hello, welcome. I hope you all had a lovely week last week, enjoyed the bank holiday, and are settling back into the working week. Lucky, only 2 days left. So it always feels a bit weird going back to work after a long weekend, because it feels like today should be Tuesday and it's not, it's Wednesday. I mean, there's less in the week to go, but I feel like I've got a lot to do and less time to do it than I expected. So swings and roundabouts. But yes, I've been rambling. The point of that was I hope you've all had a lovely bank holiday weekend. And yes, if you've just joined us, we'll be starting the quiz in about 5 to 6 minutes. We're just giving people a bit more time to join. So in the meantime, take this time to go grab yourself a drink, get comfortable, phone up your team members if you're playing this in teams, and you're not in the same place, and take a look at the picture round. So the picture round this week is pretty simple in theory. So they are all outlines of countries. You simply have to name the country. As I say, simple in theory, some of them are tricky in practice. I'm hoping I've included a mixture of some easy and some difficult. That's what I hope for all of these rounds. So, yeah. As I say, if you ever have any feedback, positive or negative, I don't mind. Feel free to message me on the Facebook page. The link for that is in the video description. Yeah, I'll always accept feedback. Positive, negative, neutral, constructive, hopefully constructive. If it's any sort of criticism, please make it constructive. Don't just tell me you're rubbish, because that's just demoralising. I hope no one thinks that I'm rubbish. But, as I say. Yes. So we will be starting in about 3 to 4 minutes now. It's just giving a little bit of time for some more people to join. Normally have lots of people say hello to me at this point. Not really had anyone aside from Reggie. So hello, Reggie. So it does mean a lot of our regular people are either missing or for whatever reason haven't said hello. So I will, leave some time for some more people to join. Yes. If you would like to say hello, it's always nice knowing that there are people here, but no obligation. Hopefully, I can see the number of people are slowly ticking upwards. So hopefully, there's a few more people. Hi, Paul, and the rest of the Silver Surfers. I hope you've all had a lovely bank holiday weekend and are ready and raring to go. So I know the dates change, so the day of the week has changed from usual, because usually this is a Monday. So there might be that some of our regular people aren't able to join us this week. I know of a couple of people who can't. There you go. Hi, Mum. And hi, Ian, as well. Oh, yes, perfect. A few more people joining now. It's always nice to see. So we'll be starting the quiz in about 2 to 3 minutes. And so I always advertise that I'll start at 8:05, so I won't ever start earlier than that. But perfect. Some more people said hello. Hi, Chris. And I'm assuming Yvonne's there as well. So hi, Yvonne. Hi, Rachel. And again, I'm assuming B is there. So hi, B. Hi, Prem. Oh, I missed you guys too. But I had an exciting weekend. I went back to Essex to visit my family. So, yeah, it was a busy weekend. I went down with some friends, and my boyfriend, and they didn't leave my flat till about 8:15, so it would not have worked. That's why I thought I would move it today. B's here, but we're apart. Well, hope you're doing the quiz together, feeling the companionship, even if you're not in the same place. Plan delay is waiting for writing. No worries, Andrew. As I say, I'm pretty sure you're able to just pause it and then it will start back, and you can fast forward through some of the pauses if you need to catch up to us, depending how long Ryan takes. Oh yes, I'm here too, says Yvonne. Perfect. Hi, Yvonne. Cool. All right, we'll be making a start in just a minute or so now. So if you haven't had a look at the picture round, now is your first chance for that. The link for that is in the video description. It's also over on the Facebook page and the Facebook event. Simply name the country from its outline. But yes, we're making a start in just a minute or so. I apologise if I keep touching my face. I know I shouldn't touch my face. The skin on my face has gone incredibly dry for some reason. So I keep just wanting to touch it. It's bad. Shouldn't do that. But yes, we're making a start. But now, actually, it's just ticked over to 5:15 according to my clock. So we will make a start. So hello and welcome to everybody who is here. I've said that several times. Been rambling on a lot. But yes, hello and welcome everybody to this week's slightly delayed quiz. Slightly postponed quiz. Obviously, it's usually a Monday. But as I said before, I hope you all had a lovely bank holiday weekend and have had a great start to your week. So we shall make a start. So quiz this week, same format as always. So we will have 5 rounds plus our picture round. So we will start off with general knowledge. Round 2 is all science and nature. Round 3 is our usual sort of wordy round. This week I'm doing riddles. So simply answer the riddle. We'll do those 3 rounds. We'll then have a bit of a break. We'll then come back and mark the first 3 rounds. We'll then move on to rounds 4 and 5. So round 4 is all about literature. And round 5 is all general knowledge, but there is a hidden connection. So question 10 is going to be, what is the connection between all or part of the last 9 answers? And then again, we'll have a short break, mark those 2 rounds and mark the picture round. So pretty simple format, never really changes. So yeah, rules again never change, same as always, but just as a recap, first rule is please don't go looking up the answers. I want to know what you guys know, not what you can research in the very quick time period. So yeah. The second rule is please don't post your answers in the comments. So again, I want everyone to be able to enjoy this and everyone to be able to have a go. Doesn't work so well if people are putting the answers in the comments for everyone to see. Obviously, I don't mind obviously joking answers, but please don't put the real answers or any decent guesses for the real answers in the comments. And the third rule is, third point to note is I am only human. I do make mistakes sometimes. If I do that, please point it, and you notice it, please point it out respectfully. Don't sort of shout at me about it. But ultimately, Quizmaster's word is final. I'll give you some discretion if you say, I've put this and it's nearly right, can I have it? I'll give some discretion there, but what I say goes. my dominion, my quiz. So there we go. I think that is about it. In terms of going through it, I'm going to say it now. If you want any questions repeating, ask me at the end of each round. And then, so after the first round, asking a question repeats for that. After the second round, ask repeats for the second round. In the meantime, if you think of anything you want repeating from the first round, I will wait until the break and do any repeats from previous rounds in the break. Doesn't happen very often, but just a point to know. And so I have my phone here, so if you have my number and you don't have access to the comments, you can send me a message, send me a WhatsApp. I'm most likely to see it on the comments, but I will see sort of messages and WhatsApps as well if need be. I believe that is everything. So if you are ready to go, let me know and we will make a start. Perfect. So a decent number of people have said that they are ready. So we will make a start. So as I said, the first round is all general knowledge. So question 1, which famous London landmark is officially called the Elizabeth Tower? So which famous London landmark is officially called the Elizabeth Tower? Question 2, what is the capital city of Croatia? So question 2, what is the capital city of Croatia? Question 3, in which year was Google founded? So in which year was Google founded? Question 4, what is the original name of Starbursts? So the sweets. What is the original name of Starbursts? As in the sweets. Question 5, which country has had the most Eurovision wins? So to repeat that one again, I can't remember if I repeated that. So question 5 again is which country has had the most Eurovision wins? Question 6, which was the last of the Harry Potter books to be released in the 1990s? So question 6 is which was the last of the Harry Potter books to be released in the 1990s? Question 7, what does the HP stand for in HP Sauce, as in like the brown sauce company? So what does the HP stand for in HP Sauce, as in like the brown sauce? Question 8, how many players are there in a rugby union team? So question 8 is how many players are there in a rugby union team? Question 9, which type of flower does a vanilla pod come from? So question 9 is which type of flower does a vanilla pod come from? And finally, question 10. Which football player was sent home from the 2014 World Cup for biting another player? So, which football player was sent home from the 2014 World Cup for biting another player? Okay, so that is the end of the first round. As usual, as I mentioned at the start, if you have any questions that you'd like to be repeated, just let me know, either in the comments or by dropping me a message. Reggie, I've just seen your question about question 8. I'm not sure. I've just gone with the number that I get if I Google how many players are in a rugby union team. So I'm not sure whether it's including subs or not. Sorry. Okay, I've had requests for 3, 5, and 7. So 3 was, in which year was Google founded? 5 was, which country has had the most Eurovision wins? So the Eurovision Song Contest wins. And 7 is, what does the HP stand for in HP sauce? So as in like the brown sauce that you have with a bacon sandwich, or full English. All right, if nobody has any more questions they would like again. Okay, if anyone has any more questions they'd like again, then let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to move on to round 2. So round 2 is all about science and nature. So question 1, which English scientist is credited as having invented the World Wide Web in 1989? So question 1 again, which English scientist is credited as having invented the World Wide Web in 1989? Question 2, RF is the symbol for which chemical element? So question 2, RF is the symbol for which chemical element? And that's R for Romeo and F for Foxtrot. So RF is the symbol for which chemical element? Question 3, what is measured by the Mohs scale? So that is spelt M-O-H-S. So what is measured by the Mohs scale? Spelt M-O-H-S. So Mike, Oscar, Hotel, Sierra. Question 4, where in the human skeleton would you find the maxilla? So where in the human skeleton would you find the maxilla? Question 5. What is the primary function of red blood cells in the human body? So, what is the primary function of red blood cells in the human body? Question 6. Which number on the pH scale would indicate a neutral substance? So, which number on the pH scale would indicate a neutral substance? Question 7. Which planet in our solar system is furthest from the sun? So, which planet in our solar system is furthest from the sun? And this is planets as they are currently defined. Question 8. Rose gold gains its colour from adding which metal to the gold? So rose gold gains its colour from adding which metal to the gold? Question 9. What was the name of the first spacecraft to reach the surface of the moon in 1959? So, what was the name of the first spacecraft to reach the surface of the moon in 1959? And finally, question 10. Yukon Gold and Russian Banana are both varieties of which foodstuff? So, Yukon Gold and Russian Banana are both varieties of which foodstuff? No, Prem, they're sort of variety names. So, that's all I feel like I can say with that one. Is they're varieties rather than brands. Yes, exactly, Reggie. Yeah, so that is the end of round 2. If you would like any questions from that round repeating, just let me know. I'll give it a few moments. Right. Okay, nobody's asked for anything, so I'm going to move on to round 3 now. If any repeats do come in, I'll do them at the end of this one. So round 3 is all riddles. So simply work out the answer to the riddle. So question 1 is, I have a head and I have a tail, but I don't have a body. What am I? So I have a head and I have a tail, but I don't have a body. What am I? Question 2, I have a tongue, but I cannot talk. I don't have legs, but I can run and walk. What am I? So I have a tongue, but I cannot talk. I don't have legs, but I can run and walk. What am I? Question 3, I get wetter as I dry. What am I? So question 3 again is, I get wetter as I dry. What am I? Question 4, a box without hinges, key, or lid, yet golden treasure inside is hid. What am I? So question 4 is, a box without hinges, key, or lid, yet golden treasure inside is hid. What am I? Question 5, I do have a spine, but I don't have a face. Although I'm not clothing, I'm stored in a case. What am I? So I do have a spine, but I don't have a face. Although I'm not clothing, I'm stored in a case. What am I? Question 6. I'm tall when I'm young and I'm short when I'm old. What am I? So 6 again is I'm tall when I'm young and short when I'm old. What am I? Question 7. I go in dry, but I come out wet. The longer I'm in, the stronger I get. What? The stronger it gets, even. What am I? So 7 again. I go in dry, but come out wet. The longer I'm in, the stronger it gets. What am I? Question 8. You answer me, although I never ask you questions. What am I? So 8 again. You answer me, although I never ask you questions. What am I? Question 9. What do you go in through one hole and come out through two? So question 9. What do you go in through one hole and come out through two? And finally, question 10. I have 4 legs, but I cannot walk. What am I? So I have 4 legs, but I cannot walk. What am I? Okay, so that's the end of this round. Again, if you have any questions you need repeating, let me know. I've already seen a couple. Okay, so I've got 4, 6, 7, and 9. So 4 is a box without hinges, key, or lid, yet golden treasure inside is hid. What am I? 6 is I'm tall when I'm young and I'm short when I'm old. What am I? 7 is I go in dry, but I come out wet. The longer I'm in, the stronger it gets. What am I? And 9 is what do you go in through one hole and come out through two? Okay. So with that, we've come to the halfway point where we will have a bit of a break. So at this point, if you need any questions from any of the first 3 rounds repeating, then let me know. Otherwise, we will come back in a couple of minutes to go through the answers. If you are ready before I say we're going to go, just drop a comment in as well. If most people say they're ready before I'm ready to go through the answers, then I'll make a start earlier. Otherwise, about 2 minutes to go. All right, just about a minute to go now. All right, about 20 seconds now. Not to feel like I'm hurrying you or anything. All right, that is the end of the 2 minutes. So I will make a start on the answers now. So starting, as always, with round 1. So the famous London landmark that's officially called the Elizabeth Tower is Big Ben. Question 2, the capital of Croatia is Zagreb. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it's spelled Z-A-G-R-E-B. Question 3, Google was founded in 1998. Question 4, the original name of Starbursts was Opal Fruits. Question 5, it's Ireland that's had the most Eurovision wins. I think they've won it something crazy like 7 times. Question 6, the last Harry Potter book to be released in the 1990s was Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Question 7, the HP in that brown sauce stands for Houses of Parliament. Why there's a picture of the Houses of Parliament on the bottles, if you've ever had a look at them. Question 8, there are 15 players in a rugby union team. Question 9, the vanilla pod comes from a type of orchid. And question 10, it was Luis Suarez that was sent home from the World Cup for biting another player. It was the 3rd time he'd bitten somebody. I don't know why he was allowed to carry on, if I'm honest. Anyway, moving on to the answers for round 2 now. So round 2 was your science and nature round. So question 1, the English scientist credited as having invented the World Wide Web is Tim Berners-Lee. Question 2, RF is the symbol for Rutherfordium, or Rutherfordium, named after Rutherford. Question 3, the Mohs scale measures mineral hardness or sort of rock hardness, commonly used for diamonds, I believe. Question 4, the maxilla is found in your skull. It's your upper jawbone. If you put jaw or mouth, I'll also give you that. Question 5, the primary function of red blood cells is to transport oxygen around the body. Question 6, a pH of 7 would indicate that the substance is neutral. Pardon me. Question 7, it's Neptune that is furthest from the sun, not Pluto. Pluto is no longer a planet as of, I want to say 2004, but might be 2007. It's now defined as a dwarf planet. Question 8, rose gold gains its colour from adding copper to gold. Question 9, the name of the first spacecraft to reach the surface of the moon was Luna 2. I've also seen it written as Lunik 2. It was a Russian spacecraft. Obviously, it was not manned. The first manned mission was 10 years later. And finally, question 10, Yukon Gold and Russian banana are both varieties of potato. So potato is your answer there. And then finally, moving on to the riddles. So question 1, I have a head and a tail, but no body. What am I? I'm a coin. Question 2, I have a tongue, but I cannot talk. I don't have legs, but I can run and walk. I am trainers or shoes of some description. Question 3, I get wetter as I dry. What am I? I'm a towel. So towel is your answer. Question 4, a box without hinges, key or lid, yet golden treasure inside is hid. What am I? That's an egg. There's a couple of people noticed that is a riddle used in The Hobbit. Question 5, I do have a spine, but I don't have a face. Although I'm not clothing, I'm stored in a case. What am I? I'm a book. Question 6, I'm tall when I'm young and short when I'm old. What am I? That's a candle. Question 7, I go in dry but come out wet. The longer I'm in, the stronger it gets. What am I? I'm a tea bag. Question 8, you answer me, although I never ask you questions. What am I? That's a phone. Question 9, what do you go in through one hole and come out through two? There's kind of two answers to this. You can either have trousers, shorts, or underpants. So anything like that, any sort of lower half clothing that has legs, basically. You go in through the top and come out through the leg holes. And then finally, question 10, I have 4 legs, but I cannot walk. What am I? Again, there's 2 sort of acceptable answers for this. You have table or chairs. Yeah, that's a very good point. So for question 8, you can also have a door for that. You can answer the door. Hadn't thought of that one. So yeah, the question 8, if you've got door, you can get the point there as well. Right, so that is the end of the first half. So we'll move on to the second half of the quiz now, starting with a round all about literature. So if you are ready, pop the comment in and let me know. I'm hoping I've not repeated any questions from previous literature rounds. If I have, you get bonus. In that you'll have already known the answer. So far, only one person said they're ready. I'm hoping everyone's ready. As I say, if you are, let me know. If no one else says anything in the next few seconds, I'll just make a start. Okay, yeah, there's a few more people now. I was getting worried for a second. Okay, so moving on to your literature round. Question 1. What is the name of Harper Lee's second novel published in 2015? Question 1. What is the name of Harper Lee's second novel published in 2015? Question 2. Name 3 of the 4 March sisters in Little Women. So name 3 of the 4 March sisters in Little Women. If you can get 2 of them, you get half a point. Question 3. Who is the current poet laureate? So who is the current poet laureate? Question 4. Which Emily Bronte novel is the inspiration for a Kate Bush song? So which Emily Bronte novel is the inspiration for a Kate Bush song? Question 5. 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James was originally fan fiction based on which popular book series? So 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James was originally fan fiction based on which popular book series? Question 6. George Orwell's 1984 was published in which year? So George Orwell's 1984 was published in which year? And I'll give you a leeway of 3 years either side. Question 7. How many novels did Roald Dahl write? So how many novels did Roald Dahl write? Again, I'll give you 2 either side of this one. Question 8. Who wrote The Picture of Dorian Gray? So who wrote The Picture of Dorian Gray? What is the name of the pig in E.B. White's Charlotte's Web? So what is the name of the pig in E.B. White's Charlotte's Web? And finally, question 10. Which country are Aesop's fables believed to originate from? So which country are Aesop's fables believed to originate from? Okay. So that is the end of your literature round. As usual, if you need any questions repeating, just let me know. Okay, no one's asked for anything more, so I'll move on to round 5 now. So now, I'll move on to round 5 now. So before I do that, I've just seen it, just in the nick of time, Prem. Just seen your request for repeats. So 3 and 9. So 3 was who is the current poet laureate? And 9 was what is the name of the pig in E.B. White's Charlotte's Web? And now we'll move on to round 5. So round 5 is all general knowledge, but all of the answers share a connection. Question 10 is going to be what is the connection between these answers? So question 1, which football club plays their games at Goodison Park? So which football club plays their games at Goodison Park? Question 2, what do Americans call the game noughts and crosses? So what do Americans call the game noughts and crosses? Question 3, which famous Italian explorer travelled through Asia on the Silk Road between 1271 and 1295? Question 4, which animal, often used in Aesop's fables for its crafty nature, is also known as renard? So, which animal, often used in Aesop's fables for its crafty nature, is also known as renard? Question 5. What is the infamous piece of music made by John Williams associated with Darth Vader? So, I'm going to reword that slightly. What is the name of the infamous piece of music composed by John Williams, which is associated with Darth Vader? No, it's a very specific name for the piece of music. It's not the name of the whole film. I'll repeat that again. What's the name of the infamous piece of music composed by John Williams and associated with Darth Vader? Question 6. Which actor played Phil Connors in the film Groundhog Day? So 6. Which actor played Phil Connors in the film Groundhog Day? Question 7. As Thor wielded his hammer Mjolnir, Odin also had a legendary magical weapon called Gungnir. What type of weapon was this? So, question 7 again. So, similar to Thor with his weapon with his hammer Mjolnir, Odin also had a legendary magical weapon called Gungnir. What type of weapon was this? Question 8. What geographical feature is an accumulation of ice, air, water, and rock debris or sediment, moves very slowly, and has an accumulation zone and an ablation zone, which are separated by the equilibrium line? So, question 8 again. Which geographical feature is an accumulation of ice, air, water, and rock debris or sediment, moves very slowly, and has an accumulation zone and an ablation zone separated by the equilibrium line? Question 9. What is the name of Tony Stark's long-suffering assistant turned romantic partner in the Marvel Universe? So, what is the name of Tony Stark's long-suffering assistant turned romantic partner in the Marvel Universe? And finally, question 10. What is the connection between all or part of these answers? So 10 again is what is the connection between all or part of each of these answers? Okay, so that is the end of round 5, and with it, the end of all of the questions. So again, we'll have a short break now, but if you need any questions repeating from that last round or from the literature round, then let me know. Otherwise, we'll come back in about 2 minutes. Was question 5 from the literature round again. Was 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James was originally fan fiction based on which popular book series? And just about a minute to go now then. And also don't forget, use this time to finish off your picture round as well, if you haven't already finished that one off. Your last chance. I am very good, thank you, B. Yes, how are you? Thank you for asking. Okay. So that is your time up. I've actually given you a little bit longer than I said I would. So we'll make a start on the answers now. So starting with the literature round. So question 1, the name of Harper Lee's second novel published in 2015 is Go Set a Watchman. I have it on my bookshelf. I've not read it yet. I've not read To Kill a Mockingbird, which is obviously, it's a sequel to that. So I'll have to read that one first. Question 2 was name 3 of the 4 March sisters in Little Women. So you could have had any of Meg or Margaret, Jo or Josephine, Beth or Elizabeth, and Amy. So you need 3 of them to get the full point. If you've got 2 of them, that nets you the half point. You can either have the shortened version of the name or the long version of the name. Obviously, you can't have Jo and Josephine, for example. It would only be one person. Question 3. The current poet laureate is Simon Armitage. Question 4. The Emily Bronte novel that's the inspiration for a Kate Bush song is, of course, Wuthering Heights. 5. 50 Shades of Grey was originally fan fiction from the Twilight saga. So if you've got anything about Twilight there, you can get that point. Question 6. George Orwell's 1984 was first published in 1949. So I said you could have 3 years either side. So if you've got any time between 1946 and 1952, you can get that point. Question 7 was how many novels did Roald Dahl write? So the answer for that was 19. Again, I said you could have 2 either side. So if you've got anywhere between 17 or 21, you can get that point. Question 8, it was Oscar Wilde that wrote The Picture of Dorian Gray. So Oscar Wilde is your answer there. Question 9, the name of the pig in Charlotte's Web was Wilbur. And question 10, Aesop's fables are believed to originate from Greece. So Greece is your answer there. Moving on to round 5 now, the connections round. So question 1, the team that plays at Goodison Park is Everton, or Everton FC to be exact. Question 2, the American name for noughts and crosses is tic-tac-toe. Question 3, that famous Italian explorer was Marco Polo. Question 4, the animal that was often used in Aesop's fables because it was crafty is the fox. Question 5, that piece of music composed by John Williams, which is associated with Darth Vader, is the Imperial March. The bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-da bum ba-da. That one. It's called the Imperial March. Question 6, the actor that played Phil Connors in Groundhog Day is Bill Murray. Question 7, Odin's weapon Gungnir is a spear. I wouldn't necessarily call that singing, Reggie. Question 8, that geographical feature was a glacier. Question 9, the name of Tony Stark's assistant turned romantic partner is Pepper Potts. And question 10, the connection is they're all sort of types of mints. So you've got Everton mints, Tic Tacs, Polos, Fox's mints, Mint Imperials, Murray mints, Spearmints, Glacier mints, and peppermints. Finally, your answers for the picture round now. So question 1, that is an outline of Canada. Question 2 is Brazil. 3 was Iceland. 4 was India. 5 was New Zealand. 6 is Chile. 7 is Spain. 8 is Madagascar. 9 is Mexico. And 10 is South Africa. So there you go. That's the end of your quiz for this week. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you found it doable. Yeah, looking like there's some decent scores rolling in, so that's good. As I said at the start of the quiz, if you have any feedback, positive, negative, drop me a message on my Facebook page. I always like to hear feedback, try and incorporate it in. And again, I've not said this for a little while, but if you have any round themes or round ideas that you would like to see, again, drop me a message to the Facebook page. The link for that is in the video description. Sometimes I struggle to come up with round ideas, so it's nice to have ideas from other people. Otherwise, thank you for joining me. We should be back to regular schedule as of next week. So I will see you all on Monday and have a good few days until then. Have a lovely time. Also, Prem, you do realise you've said that you got 53 out of 10. Calling you out on that one. Cool. Thank you, everyone. And yes, I'll see you next Monday. Bye, guys.